Can I see Mrs. Gardner, please?
Sorry, sir. I'm afraid visiting hours are 3 to 4.
It's very important.
I am very sorry, sir, but...
I'm afraid I must see her. Could I speak to the matron?
Just a minute.
I see, matron. Yes, I will. This way, please. Someone to see you, Mrs. Gardner.
Couldn't we make it more private?
I'll get the screens.
Mrs. Gardner?
Yes.
My name is Adams. Look, I don't quite know where to begin.
Is it my husband?
Yes.
Has he had an accident?
Well, in a way, yes.
Oh, he's not dead.
Oh, no. No, he's quite well.
Then where is he?
Mrs. Gardner, I'm a police officer. Your husband has been arrested.
Arrested?
I'm afraid this is going to be a bit of a shock for you. Especially...
Please, what's happened?
Your husband, that is Mr. Gardner, has been arrested for bigamy.
Bigamy? Almoner.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Gardner. Sit down, won't you? You know, Mrs. Gardner, I'm worried about you.
There's no need to be.
What are you going to do now?
That's my concern.
But the baby is partly our concern, too. Are you sure you can manage him on your own?
Yes, thank you.
But you admit you can't go back to your old job.
I can get another.
That may not be so easy.
I've been working since I was 14.
But you hadn't a baby to look after then.
I can manage.
You're sure you don't want to put the baby into a home?
No, thank you.
Well, at least let me try and get an allowance for him. Even if the father was married, you still have a claim on him.
I wouldn't take anything from him.
But Mrs. Gardner...
Her name's Bates. Miss Bates. I never want to see him again, and I don't want charity either.
It's not charity, it's the law.
Whatever it is, I won't take a penny from him.
Well, I admire your pluck. But do please take my advice. Take him to a day nursery every morning. There's one quite near you.
What would they do?
Look after him, feed him, and so on while you're at work. And you can collect him at the end of the day. Will you do that?
I'll think about it.
Please do. For his sake.
It's kind of you to take so much trouble with me. And I'm very grateful, but I'd rather not talk about it anymore. I'd like to be getting along now, please.
Very well. But you will let me know if I can help you, won't you?
I don't want to be a bother to anyone.
You won't bother me.
Thank you very much for what you've done for Jimmy and me. I'll not forget. Goodbye.
Let me help you with your bag.
It's all right, I can manage.
Just a minute, I want a word with you.
Oh, no, it's the baby.
I've had 6 complaints already this morning.
It's a strange room. He'd be all right.
He'd better be. Otherwise, you can start looking for somewhere else.
morning.
Good morning. Do come in.
Thank you. They told me at the hospital you'd look after my baby while I was at work.
Yes, of course. Will you come in here? Do sit down. Matron's busy for a moment, I'm afraid. If you'll just give me your name and address.
Lily Bates, 25 Pelham Street.
Mrs. Bates?
Miss.
I beg your pardon. And the address where you work, in case we should need you.
I'm afraid I haven't got a job yet. I'll let you know as soon as I have.
Oh. And is the baby a boy or a girl?
It's a boy.
What's his name?
Jimmy.
And how old is he?
6 weeks.
And when was his birthday?
April the 1st.
Oh.
Yes, I know. But I'm afraid I was the fool.
I wasn't thinking of that. It was just my own baby was born on April the 1st a year ago.
Is he here?
No. Are you bringing Jimmy in every day?
Yes, I would like to if I could.
Yes, any day except Sunday. Any time between 7:30 in the morning and 7:30 in the evening. I expect you'd like to see over the nursery before you go.
Yes, please.
Shall I take him? Come along, Jimmy.
Yes, Miss Brent?
This is Miss Bates. She's going to help you on this counter.
Well, I can do with it.
I can trust you to show her the ropes, can't I?
Yes, I will. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Ruby. What's your name?
Lily.
Ah. Do you know anything about perfume?
Not much.
Oh, well, you won't learn anything here. I know horses who smell better than some of this stuff. Have you ever worked behind a counter before?
Yes, lots of times.
Oh, good.
Yes, madam.
I want a really nice perfume. Something that will do something for me.
Something unobtrusive, madam.
That's right. But not too unobtrusive.
This is nice. It's called Frenzy.
Really?
Yes, this is you.
Oh. Do you think so?
Miss Chapman, don't you think Frenzy'd suit madam?
Oh, definitely. Oh, thank goodness. Only another 10 minutes and we can go. How this counter stinks.
It's not so bad.
Not so bad. You wait, you've only been here one day. Where I live, they call me Stinker. My place reeks of this stuff.
Where I live, it'd be a welcome change.
Where do you live?
Diggs?
Oh. Look, me and my boyfriend are going to the Pally tonight. Why don't you come along?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. I've got a date.
Oh, we'll bring him too.
Oh, I can't. He doesn't dance.
Doesn't dance?
He's learning, though. Come in. I've come for my baby matron.
What name?
Bates.
Oh, yes. You're new today, aren't you?
Yes.
Mrs. Norman's looking after your little boy.
Is she good with children, matron?
Wonderful. She had one of her own, you know, but lost it just over a year ago.
Oh.
Coming here really saved her life. She just has to be near children now.
Here he is. Fresh as a daisy. Has he been good?
Yes.
I'm glad.
He's been a perfect little gentleman, and always at the right time.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now, don't go losing your heart to that young man.
Oh, what nonsense.
Nonsense, is it? You know you treat every new baby that comes in here as though it were your own.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just don't want you to be upset again, that's all.
Oh, don't worry. I've got over all that.
Have you?
Yes, of course. Good night.
Good night.
What are you doing, Frances? You're not still thinking about...
No, of course not. I'm just sorting out some things to take to the nursery.
Don't you think it'd be just as well if you took all of them?
No, I won't do that. Even if I can't have a child of my own, there's no reason why we shouldn't adopt one.
Oh, darling, the last time I suggested that, you wouldn't hear of it.
I know.
How are you getting along at the nursery?
Oh, fine. I've an exclusive charge now, young Jimmy.
Who's he?
Jimmy Bates. He's tall, dark, and handsome. And he was born on the 1st of April.
April 1st, eh?
Yes. I'm awfully sorry for his mother. She doesn't look too strong. I've told her that if ever she needs a rest, I'd look after the baby. You wouldn't mind if I brought him home one day, would you?
Of course not, darling. If it'll make you happy.
Why, Lily. You look all in.
I feel it.
Are you ill? Wouldn't you like to see a doctor?
No, I'm all right. I'm just so awfully tired. I've been looking for Diggs.
But I thought you lived in Pelham Street.
I got thrown out. The baby cried too much.
Oh, what a shame. Does that mean you haven't anywhere to go?
Got somewhere now.
Where is it?
Duke Street. It's a bit further away.
But you'll still be able to bring Jimmy here?
Yes.
Well, that's a relief. We've all grown very fond of him, you know.
It's a relief to me, too, I can tell you. Do you know, I've been to at least 50 places this week, and they all say the same thing. No kids. No babies. We don't want children here. You think nobody cared for babies in this world?
Well, if you get into difficulties again, I'd always look after him for you, you know.
You're very kind.
It's Jimmy I'm thinking of.
Is he ready?
Yes, come along.
Look what the wolf brought me. 2 seats for the plating. Do you want to come?
Sorry, I can't.
Ah, got another date, eh?
Yes,
I never knew a girl to have as many dates as you have. What you mean is you don't want to go out with me, is that it?
of course it's not.
Well, if it is, you've only got to say so and I'll stop asking you.
I told you I'd love to come, but I can't.
Lil, what's the matter?
All right.
I didn't mean to bark at you.
Tell you. What?
Lil.
Haven't you got any relatives or friends who could come and look after you?
No.
Well, I had to come and see how you are tomorrow. If you're not better, I'm afraid you'll have to go to hospital. What about the baby? Isn't there someone who could take him?
Don't know anyone.
Well, let's hope he doesn't catch it, too. I'll go and have a word with your landlady. You shouldn't be in a room with anyone who's got flu, you know. Good night.
Yes?
come in.
What do you want?
I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were ill, or I'd have come before. Your landlady told me.
I'll be all right.
We've missed you both at the nursery, especially Jimmy. He's always the life and soul of the party. How is he?
All right.
Don't you think... Couldn't I look after him for you, just until you're better?
I can manage.
Well, of course you can. You manage wonderfully. But you don't want him to catch flu if you can help it, do you?
No.
Look, let me have him just for a few days, and I'll stay away from the nursery to look after him. And then, as soon as you're up again, you can come and fetch him back. Here's where we live. It's only about 10 minutes from here. What do you think?
I don't know.
It's only until you're better. I know just how you feel. You see, I had a baby once, but he died.
I know. I don't know what I'd do if I lost Jimmy.
That's why I want to look after him for you. And I've everything at home that he needs.
All right. Only for a day or two.
Of course. Don't cry, Lily.
I can't help it. I feel so helpless as though I wasn't any good to him.
Of course you are. He's lucky to have a mother like you.
Does Lily Bates live here? Top floor back. Thanks.
I'll come in tomorrow to see how you are. Can I bring you anything?
No, thank you.
Try not to worry about Jimmy. I'll take great care of him.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry if I was rude to you. You're very kind.
Shall I see who it is?
Yes, please.
Oh, does Miss Bates... Oh, hello, Lily.
Hello.
Goodbye, Lily. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bit silly, isn't it, bringing a baby to see someone who's got flu?
She didn't bring him. Just taking him away.
It's yours.
Yes.
That's why you fainted.
No.
You mean he was your heavy date? The one who was learning to dance?
Yes.
Oh, why didn't you tell me? I could have minded him for you sometimes. Well, I'm the motherly type, really. Anyway, you didn't have to be so coy about it. Everybody makes a mistake sometimes.
The only mistake I made was marrying a man who already had a wife.
Now, isn't that just like men? Must have 3 of everything. 1 on, 1 off, and 1 in the wash. Who was the woman?
She's from the day nursery. She's going to look after him for a day or 2.
Good. Then I'm going to look after you.
First night shall I catch it?
Ah, well, I won't catch it. Here, what's this? Whew! Worse than the stuff at the shop. That ought to cure you.
You haven't left that young man's side all afternoon.
Well, I shan't have him after today.
Do you mind very much?
Yes.
Then why don't we try and adopt him?
His mother wouldn't hear of it. You should have seen the fight she put up before she'd let me bring him here. And the look in her eyes when I took him.
Well, there's no harm in asking, is there?
I'm afraid she'd get angry and stop bringing him to the nursery. Then I'd never see him again.
All right, then let's adopt one from a home. Why not, Fran?
We'd never find another Jimmy.
Oh, come. Do you mean to say of all the babies in the British Isles there isn't another like your precious Jimmy?
Well, of course there isn't.
Oh, you're prejudiced. I bet I could find 100 exact doubles of him.
Wouldn't be the same.
Look, darling, you mustn't go getting too fond of him. It won't do any good.
I know.
You'll only be miserable afterwards.
I'm miserable now. What am I going to do when I haven't got him anymore?
You might try starting on me.
That's Lily. If you'll wait in here, I'll call Mrs. Norman.
Thank you. Oh, hello, Mrs. Norman.
Hello, Lily. Are you better?
Yes, thank you. I'm fine.
This is my husband, Robert. This is Jimmy's mother.
How do you do?
I expect you'd like some tea.
I'd rather see Jimmy first, if I could.
Yes, of course. It's the first door on the right at the top of the stairs.
Thank you.
You see? She'd never give him up.
Madam thought she'd like to tea up here with the baby. Thank you. Very kind of you.
Fancy him crying like that. I was only saying to cook yesterday, I'd never known such a good baby. Why, we haven't heard a sound out of him all the time he's been here.
I'll put him down.
Come on. Come on, then. He's a little baby. Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy.
Mrs. Norman's wonderful with him. It's a pity she can't have any more of her own. She's so good with children. Now, I'm awful. My sister's baby cries the minute I come into the room. I don't know what it is. I suppose some people are just natural mothers and some aren't, don't you?
I suppose so.
Only babies I'm any good with are those over 30.
Please. Can I speak to you for a minute?
Why, yes, of course. Come and sit down, Lily. Is there anything wrong?
No. He looks lovely. Really lovely. That's what I want to ask you about. I've been sitting upstairs all this time thinking. Thinking till my head aches with it.
Can I get you something?
No, I'll be all right. I've been thinking. What happens when you have a child adopted?
What happens?
Does it mean you never see them again?
No, not necessarily.
Do you know of anyone? Would you?
That depends on whether you're really ready to give him up.
I only want what's best for Jimmy. Of course. I can't give him the sort of things you can. I can't even bring him up properly as long as I've got to go out to work. He looks so fit and well now, and I can tell he's put on weight. If you want him, I think I ought to let him go.
Are you quite definite about this?
Yes, I think so.
I'd give anything to have him. I think I love him nearly as much as you do.
Nobody could do that. I know I'll miss him, wish I hadn't done it, but I only want what's best for Jimmy.
I promise you he'll have as much love and care as if he were our own child.
I think I can trust you.
You can.
All right. You can have him. I'd like to go now, if you don't mind.
Wouldn't you like to see him again before?
No. If I see him, I might change my mind.
Oh, please don't worry. We'll look after him, all right? Now, how about the formalities? Shall I get my solicitor to draw up the papers?
What papers?
Well, it'd have to be a legal document, you know.
I won't sign anything.
But really,
I'm giving you my baby to bring up because I trust you. Not because of a lot of words on a bit of paper.
Of course, Lily. There's no need for us to worry about agreements.
All right, but as a businessman...
As a businessman, darling, you'd make a very poor mother.
Goodbye.
how to.
Oh, come on, Jimmy, try.
I'd like to say thank you all for coming. And thank you to Mummy and Daddy for giving me a lovely party. That's all.
Come on, a big one.
No, Susan. The other way round, so that the customers can see the label.
Oh, I'll never get the hang of this job, Miss Bates.
You will in time. What did you do before you came here?
I was in a greengrocer's. Cabbages are more my mark.
Keep on trying. You'll be all right. Did you know that I started on this counter myself 8 years ago?
Oh, really?
Doing the same job that you're doing.
I'll bet you were good at it.
Hello, Lou. Ready?
Another 5 minutes. I'll meet you in the cafe.
Oh, all right. Oh, same old stink. Thanks. Oh, hello.
You know, Rube, you look better and better every time I see you. Married life certainly agrees with you.
Don't you believe it? Looking after a husband and a house full of kids is like banging your head against a brick wall. It's so nice when you leave off.
You know you love it.
It's better than selling that old perfume anyway. How's yourself?
All right.
You don't look so good.
Don't I?
No. Something worrying you?
Today's his birthday. He's 8.
You're not still thinking about that, surely.
I don't often, but...
Do you ever hear from them, the people who've got him?
No. I gave up writing a long time ago. I thought it better like that.
You know, you want a nice boyfriend. You're far too much alone.
Am I?
Where are you going for your summer holidays this year?
I was going to Bournemouth with Edie Marshall, but she's getting married now.
Oh, that'll be very jolly for some fellow. Why don't you come along with us?
Oh, you don't want me with George and the kids.
Listen, anything that'll take my mind off George and the kids would be a godsend.
It'd be rather nice. You sure George wouldn't mind?
Mind? You'll do as he's told and like it. No, this is mine. We'll have it on the housekeeping.
Here we are, look. This is it.
So this is a holiday camp.
Where's the tents, Daddy? I can't see any. Only live in a tent.
There aren't any tents.
No need to be snappy with them, George.
I wasn't being snappy.
You enjoy yourself here, Lil.
I'm sure I will.
Got no excuse for being lonely. It's just like a town. It's got everything you need.
Yeah. Not a moment too soon, either.
What you get until it's too late.
Why'd you do it then?
Oh, well, you never know. I might end up with James Mason. See what I mean?
Is that your girlfriend?
Yes.
She's nice. She got a sense of humor.
She's got a husband, too.
And she's still got a sense of humor. Well, that's something. You got one?
One what?
Husband.
No.
Well, I can't understand that.
It does happen sometimes.
Well, it shouldn't. Not to a girl like you.
It just so happens I'm not interested in men.
You got a good reason for that?
Yes.
Even on a holiday?
Even on a holiday.
But, you could change your mind.
I don't think so.
Ah, but now you never know.
Look, Mr.
Collins is the name. Most of my friends call me Bill.
Well, look, Bill. You're wasting your time.
So what? My time's my own. So's yours, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, all right then. Give me 10 minutes of it and I'll buy you a drink. Come on.
All right.
I know. I'm wasting my time.
down here. Go on, George, get up.
Eh? Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I don't want to take this seat.
That's all right. I was just off anyway.
Where to?
I got a date to play billiards.
What, on a lovely day like this?
The sunshine never did agree with me. You don't mind if I have a little game, do you, Ruth?
No, dear. So long as it's billiards you're going to play. What happened to you last night?
I went off for a drink.
Nice?
Not bad.
Well, where is he?
What do you mean, where is he?
Why isn't he here?
I got rid of him.
Mummy, can I go on the roundabout?
No, dear, not till this afternoon.
Oh, please, Mummy.
No.
Mummy, can I have an ice cream? And me. And me, and me.
Yes, you can all have an ice cream. Here, Pat, here's some money. Then I want you all to go to the children's playground and stay there till I call for you. Is that clear?
Yes, Mummy.
Well, off you go then. Go on.
I think I'll join them.
No, I want to hear about your boyfriend. You mean to say that you let him slip through your fingers?
I slipped through his.
And you're not going to see him again?
No,
Never.
never.
Good morning.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Ruby, this is Bill.
I'm pleased to meet you.
How do you do? Do you mind if I join you?
Look, have my chair.
No, that's all right. I can get a chair.
No, I was going anyway. I want to check up on George's little game of billiards. Last time he played, the table had nylons and red hair. Bye.
Goodbye. Do you mind?
No, not at all.
Oh, it's a lovely day.
Yes, isn't it?
I hope I wasn't butting in just now, and
Oh, no, it's all right.
So, what's the matter? Have I said or done something I shouldn't?
No, it's just that I don't want you to get any wrong ideas.
Why? Do I look that sort of a chap?
What sort of a chap are you, Bill?
Well, that's a little difficult to say. Now, I suppose I'm sort of a chap whose time's his own and who doesn't mind wasting it, providing he can waste it the way he wants to, if you see what I mean.
Yes, I see exactly what you mean, I think.
Wake up the kids. Good night, Bill.
Good night,
Good night, Bill.
Good night, Bill.
This has been the best holiday I've ever had.
Is it? Well, you're certainly different from the girl that I met a fortnight ago.
Am I?
Mm-hmm.
Have you had fun?
No, I'll say I have. The trouble is I shall need another fortnight to get over it when I get home.
You're getting old, Bill.
That's just what I was thinking.
Well, I wasn't serious.
Oh, I was. I got to thinking last night. I thought, Bill Collins, you're getting on. You're getting an old man. You spent most of your time looking after yourself. It's about time you started looking around for someone else to look after. Someone you...
Bill, don't say any more.
Oh, I'm not too little. I know I'm no good at making pretty speeches, but... Well, I've never met a girl like you before, and I'd be a fool if I didn't say what I was thinking. You see,
I'm sorry.
I've got a little shop in Streatham. It's not much. It's just a little general store. My ma left it to me when she died. But it's all mine. Oh, what I'm trying to say is if you wanted it, it could be ours.
I can't.
Why not?
I just can't, that's all.
You're not married already?
No.
Well, then, what's to...
Bill, please.
All right, you win. Well, can I see you when we get back to town?
I'd rather you didn't, Bill. It just wouldn't be fair on you. But thanks all the same. Good night.
Well, go on, look for yourself. What does that say? Size 14.
It's not my fault if it's got mixed up in the wrong lot.
But you sold it to me for a 15 and a half.
Well, then what am I supposed to do? Try it on for you?
There's no need to be rude. All I want's a shirt I can wear.
We're not allowed to change the goods once they've left the store. You'll have to see the supervisor.
Look, I don't care who I see. As long as I can get a shirt I can do up round me neck.
Miss Bates, this customer has a complaint.
I'll say I have. Have you seen this? Oh, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Is there something wrong with the shirt?
Oh, yes, it's not my size.
What is your size, sir?
15 and a half.
And that one isn't.
I took it from the 15 and a half tray. It must have got mixed up.
Have you any 15 and a halves in stock, please?
Not like that, Miss Bates.
There's a new delivery on Monday. If you'd like to call then, we'd be pleased to change it for you.
Oh, thanks very much. I'll do that, then I'll call back on Monday, shall we?
Hello, Bill.
Oh, hello.
Didn't expect to see you till Monday.
Oh, no, don't rub it in. You got time for a drink?
Cafe's still open.
All right, coffee it is. Come on. Thanks. It's funny, isn't it? I spend hours thinking about you, wondering where you live and how I can get in touch with you, if I'll ever see you again. And the first time I forget you for a second and get mad with the girl in the shop, bingo, there you are, laughing at me.
I wasn't laughing at you, Bill.
No, but seriously, I don't usually go around shouting at girls in shops.
I'm sure you don't.
It's nice to see you again, Lil.
It's nice to see you too, Bill.
You mean that?
Sure.
You know what I'm going to ask you, don't you?
I think so.
I've been asking you ever since the holiday. Oh, I know I haven't seen you, but I've been asking you all the same. When I've been giving myself a shave, or opening up the shop, or getting myself a bit of dinner. I've been asking you.
The answer's still the same, Bill.
And the reason?
That's the same, too.
You mean you still won't tell me what it is?
How's the business, Bill? Is the shop doing well?
Yes, it's not too bad. Are we still friends?
Sure.
All right, then. As a friend, what about coming to the pictures with me one night?
I'd like to very much.
Tonight?
No. Not tonight.
Tomorrow night, then.
All right. Hello.
Oh, hello, Lil. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Where are we going tonight, Bill? Pictures?
Oh, no, we've had enough of pictures for the last 2 weeks.
Well, where are we going then?
You'll see. Well, you see anything?
I thought that's what you were up to. It's nice, Bill.
Ah, it's not bad. I left the lights on so you could get a good look.
Smart like that.
Oh, mind you, it's not a Selfridges, but it's got a nice little paper round, and that's something Selfridges haven't got. Come in and have a look. Come on, you don't have to buy anything. Now, madam, can I help you?
No, thanks. I'm only looking round.
We have a very nice line in husbands today. Honest, hard-working, reliable and sober. Well, mostly.
Not today, thank you.
Lil, I'm going to put all my cards on the table. Well, on the counter. I know I'm no catch, really, and... well, this is all I've got to offer. The shop and what goes with it.
What goes with it, Bill?
Well, there's me, a little security, and a lot of love.
That's a very good bargain, Bill, but I can't.
Why not?
I'll put all my cards on the counter too, Bill. I can't marry you because there's someone else.
Oh, I see. What's his name?
Jimmy.
Are you going to marry him?
No.
Why not?
He's too young. He was 8 on April the 1st.
Yours? Look, I know this has nothing to do with me, but when I asked you down at the camp, you said you weren't married.
I'm not. Well, someone did marry me, Bill, but he had a wife already.
Are you still in love with him?
No.
Well, there's nothing to stop you marrying me then, is there?
Of course there is.
What?
Everything. Look, Bill, you don't want a second-hand wife.
Is that what you think of yourself?
How else?
Lily. You know, you're nearly a disappointment tonight. I've always thought of you as having some guts. I remember when I first saw you, I said to myself, that girl's got what it takes. She's been hurt, but she's managed to rise above it. I saw all this in you because I loved you. But just now, when you called yourself second-hand, I wondered if I hadn't made a mistake and I was going to let you go. I didn't want to have anything to do with a girl who enjoyed feeling sorry for herself. But somehow, I just can't really believe that you're that sort of a person. That's why I called you back. Now, Lil, will you marry me?
Imagine me selling humbugs for the rest of my life. Oh.
These are nice. Would you like to try one?
Yes, please. Might I try one of those too?
I expect so. There you are. Oh, what do you want?
Bar chocolate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, now I know where all the stock goes to.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So would I be sweet if I could taste all the shop for nothing. No wonder we're always full of kids these days.
You don't really mind, do you, Bill?
No, we'll be bankrupt in another year at this rate. But I don't care as long as I've got you.
Idiot. I'm going up to change.
What for?
Well, Ruby and George are coming. Oh, don't say you've forgotten.
Who invited them?
As a matter of fact, you did.
Well, I must have been crackers.
Don't you want them to come, Bill?
I like it better when I've got you to myself. Hey, up, and the next two are mine.
What did I do wrong?
If you'd have returned my lead, he'd never have made it. Why don't you keep your mind on the game?
Why don't you keep your mind on your own business? I'm winning a shilling, aren't I?
Now, break it up, you two. Here, George, it's your deal.
Now, Ruby and I are going to get the supper. Come on, Ruby.
You want some more beer, George?
Yes, please.
George, there's something I want to ask you now that goes right out of the way.
Yeah?
It's a bit difficult to put into words, but... Well... Do you think it matters to a woman if she doesn't have any family?
It's hard to say. Depends on the woman, I suppose.
Well, take Ruby, for instance.
I wish you would.
No, seriously. Do you think she'd be happy if she hadn't got any kids?
Well, if you believe all she says, you'd think she hated the sight of them, but I reckon she wouldn't be without them for worlds.
Well, there you are, then.
What's on your mind, Bill?
It's Lil. She's been looking unhappy this last month or two, and... Well, I wonder if she's disappointed that we haven't had any kids.
I wouldn't let that worry you. Families are a mixed blessing, if you ask me. When you haven't got one, you're miserable wishing you had. And when you have got one, well, look at me.
I was just wondering whether it'd be a good idea if we had our kid to live with us. What do you think, George?
Have you asked her?
No, I don't like to, somehow.
Why not?
Well, I'm afraid it might remind her of the boy's father.
You ask her. If I know Lily, she'll jump at the idea.
I wonder.
Are you going to start a family, Lil?
I don't know.
Doesn't Bill want one?
I expect so.
Oh, unlucky, eh?
Yes.
Oh, well, don't worry. There's plenty of time. You know, I can't think why you don't have that boy of yours back again now.
I have thought about it. I don't think Bill would like it.
Why not?
Might think it was an insult to him.
Whatever for?
For not having one of his own.
Oh, don't be so daft. Bill's not like that. You ask him. If I know Bill, I bet he'll jump at the idea.
I wonder. ask you something.
What?
Are you ever sorry you married me?
What made you ask that?
I just wondered.
Lil, do you mean that you're unhappy with me? Is that what you're trying to say?
Of course not, silly.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Well, don't ask questions like that.
Bill, I was just wondering,
What, again?
how would you feel if I had my little boy here?
You mean to live with us?
Yes.
Is that what you want? Well, if you'd like it, I'd like it. As a matter of fact, I was going to suggest it, but, well, I didn't want to risk making you unhappy.
Oh, Bill, you couldn't ever make me unhappy. Ever.
Do you want me to come?
No, Bill, you can't leave the shop now anyway.
Oh, I can soon close it up.
It's all right. Bill, you do really want him here, don't you?
You bet your life I do.
Won't be long.
Hello.
Hello. Does Mrs. Norman live here?
Yes, that's right.
What's your name?
Jimmy.
Is Mrs. Norman at home?
Yes, she's my mummy.
Oh, I see.
Should I take you up to the house?
Thank you.
Come on, Lassie. Here we are. I expect Mummy's in the lounge. I'll go and see. What name should I tell her?
Mrs. Collins.
Good afternoon. Why, it's Lily Bates, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. But I'm married now. Can I speak to you for a minute?
Yes, of course. Do come in. Oh, Jimmy, you take Lassie out in the garden, will you?
All right. Come on, Lassie.
He's a big boy for 8, isn't he?
Oh, yes, he's a fine boy. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Would you like some coffee?
No, thank you.
I'm sorry you didn't let us know you were coming. We could have met you at the station.
That's all right. I got your address from the matron at the day nursery.
Oh. Why did you come, Lily? To see Jimmy?
Yes. I want him back.
You're not serious.
Yes, I am.
But it's absurd. He doesn't know you. You're a stranger to him. He thinks I'm his mother. He doesn't know we adopted him or anything.
You mean you didn't tell him?
Oh, we thought it far better not. He's been brought up as our own child. If he found out now that wasn't true, it would be a terrible shock to him.
He'll get over it. Children do.
Lily, you can't do this to him. You gave up all right to him years ago.
But it's different now. I've got a good home for him to come back to. I can bring him up properly now.
I'm not suggesting you can't. But you must see how bad it would be for him to be uprooted from all the life he knows.
It can't be bad for a child to be with its own mother.
But I told you, he thinks I'm his mother.
But you're not, are you?
You know you're not being fair, are you, Lily? You gave up all right to him 8 years ago. You can't come walking in here now and claim him as if he were a piece of furniture. He's flesh and blood. And so are we. If he were taken away from us now, it would break his heart. Quite apart from breaking mine. I won't let you do it, Lily. Understand? I won't let you.
I'm sorry if it upsets you. I don't want to make you unhappy, but what about me? I've had to do without my child for 8 years. And now I want him back.
Well, you can't have him. You seem to have done pretty well without him for 8 years.
He's still mine by law. My husband says so.
We'll see about that.
I wanted to settle things in a friendly way if I could.
I don't care. I won't let you do this to him.
Please think it over.
There's nothing to think over. I won't do it.
Then I'll have to go to law.
Very well. But they can't make me give him up.
The material facts of the case are not in dispute, and the issue before me is therefore comparatively simple. Shall the boy remain with his foster parents or return to his mother? Now, it is clear that Mrs. Collins knowingly and willingly transferred the care of her child to Mr. and Mrs. Norman. It is not clear exactly what she intended when she did so. Was their care to last for life or for a few years only? Both parties must share the blame for consenting to such a transfer without some document setting out exactly what the arrangement should be. And I must observe at this point that it would save a great deal of worry and distress if kindly people who are seeking to adopt a child would do so through a reputable adoption society and not through some haphazard personal contact, as in this case. I have no doubt that Mr. and Mrs. Norman have proved themselves exceedingly kind and generous foster parents. There is no reflection on them in anything that has been said before me today. And indeed, it might well be that the boy's future would be more assured in their hands than in those of the mother. This fact would have carried considerable weight with me had there been any doubt as to the character of the mother or her own capacity to provide for her child. Since there is no such doubt, and in the face of the evidence that has been offered today, it is clear that the mother must succeed in her claim for the recovery of her child, and I give judgment accordingly.
Like travelling? I don't know. She's never been in a train. Have you, Lassie?
I expect she'll like it.
I hope so.
Good morning, Mrs. Norman.
Good morning. I hope I haven't forgotten anything.
Thank you.
Do we go now?
Yes.
Bye, Daddy.
Goodbye, old chap.
Bye, Mummy.
Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye. Come on, Jimmy. Thank you.
Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, sir. And what can I do for you?
Bill, this is Jimmy.
Hello, Jim.
Hello, sir. Wouldn't you like to call him Daddy? I'd rather not. I've got a Daddy already.
No, you call me Bill, eh?
All right.
But, Bill...
Oh, don't you worry. We get on like house afire, won't we, Jim?
Would you like to see your room? Yes, please.
Come on, then.
Don't you think this is a sweet little bedroom, Jimmy?
Yes, thank you.
And don't you like all the toys?
I'm too big for toys, Mrs. Collins.
You mustn't call me Mrs. Collins. You must call me Mummy.
But I've got a mummy at home.
This is your home now, Jimmy.
It can't be.
But it is, darling.
Please don't do that, Mrs. Collins. I don't like it.
Take it easy, Lil. Let him get used to things a bit first.
Is this your drawing room?
Dining room, drawing room, parlor, all rolled into one.
That's very useful, isn't it?
Very.
Are you the maid, too?
I suppose I am in a kind of a way. Would you like to help me lay the table?
I'd rather play in the garden.
Oh, I'm afraid we haven't got a garden here, dear.
Not at all.
No, but you can play in the yard if you like. This way.
Come on, Lassie.
Where is he?
In the garden.
In the what?
I mean in the yard.
Huh?
Isn't he a darling, Bill? He's got such nice manners. Don't you like the way he talks?
Yes. Very nice.
Jimmy!
What's the matter?
Look at him on that dirty bicycle.
Oh, now leave him alone, Lily.
I'm not going to have him ride the errand boy's bike. Jimmy! Jimmy, get off that bike at once. And understand you're not to get on it again. It's too dirty.
There's nothing to be ashamed of about riding a delivery bike, you know.
If he wants to ride a bicycle, he can ride a proper one.
What do you mean, a proper one?
Don't think you quite understand, Bill.
Look, you might as well get used to the idea from the start that you're not going to be able to fuss over him all the time. You ought to go up to the recreation ground and play with the other kids.
No, I won't have that.
Why not? It'll do him good.
I don't want him playing with those boys. They're too rough.
Well, I always went and played up there, and it didn't do me any harm, did it?
No, but you're different. I don't want Jimmy to get into their way of talking either.
You mean my way of talking, I suppose?
I didn't say so.
No, but you meant it, didn't you?
No. Oh, Bill, you're all right and I love you. But Jimmy's been brought up better than either of us.
Look, Lil, don't start getting snobbish and trying to get above yourself. It won't work, and it always leads to unhappiness.
There's no harm in trying to better yourself now, is there?
None at all, as long as you don't rush it.
My, your hands are dirty. You better wash them and then come and sit down here.
Do we sit up for tea?
Oh, yes, we always have a good spread at tea times, don't we, Lil?
Oh, Bill, what a thing to say.
Well, I like a good spread, and I don't care who knows it.
So do I.
Go on, wash your hands in the sink. You too. Come on, jump in. There.
Have you said your prayers, Jim?
Have you, darling?
I say them in bed to myself.
Oh, you should kneel down, really.
Must I?
Well, I always say mine in bed to myself.
You do? When?
Well, you don't know how many prayers I do offer up at night before I go to sleep. Please make the takings a little better this week. Please don't let the landlord put the rent up. And please make Lily love me a little more.
Bill, really? Promise you'll say them in bed, then?
I always do.
Good night, darling.
Good night.
Would you like me to leave the door open a little?
No, thank you.
No, he's a man now. Cheerio, Jim.
Sleep well, darling.
Francis. Francis.
Yes, Robert?
There's no point in going on like this.
There's no point in anything.
Listen, Fran, we'll go away for a while. It'll do us both good. You'll have a breakdown if you're not careful.
I'll be all right.
Please, Fran.
Oh, leave me alone, Robert.
Well, what's the matter with you?
I've been fighting.
Yes, I can see that, but why?
The boys were laughing at me.
What for?
They said I was stuck up and talked like a prissy.
Did you give them as good as they gave you?
Yes, I think so.
Well, that's all you got to worry about. Don't you let them get you down, Jim.
No, thank you. I don't want any.
What's the matter, son? Come on, tell your old pal Bill. What is it?
I want to go home.
But this is your home. Oh, I know it's a bit strange at first, but you'll get used to it.
I won't. I'll never get used to it as long as I live. You see.
Would you like to listen to the radio?
No, thank you.
Play a game of drafts when I finish this?
No, thank you.
Well, what would you like to do?
I'd like to go to bed if you don't mind.
But it's an hour before your bedtime.
I'd still like to go.
All right, run along.
Come on, Lassie.
What am I going to do with him?
I don't know.
I expect he'll be all right when he gets used to us.
I hope you're right.
I better go up to him.
Lil, don't you think you could find a little time for me for a change?
Oh, Bill. What are you doing, darling?
Nothing.
Don't you want to show it to me?
No,
Please. I'd like you to.
I don't want to.
Jimmy, you're to show it to me at once.
No, I won't.
We'll see about that.
What's the matter? Where'd you get this?
He was sitting on the bed writing it. He wouldn't give it to me, so I took it from him.
You shouldn't have done that, Lil.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, it's rude, and for another thing, it's hardly the best way to gain his confidence.
How would you feel
I know how you feel. But I've had my eye open for the last couple of weeks, and honestly, I think you've asked for this.
Bill, how can you say such a thing?
You don't give the kid a chance. I know you want him to think of this as his home and you as his mother, but you won't do that by showering him with affection and presence. You've got to leave him alone to work things out for himself. He's a good kid, but you've got to handle him gently. That's going to make him even more unhappy, you know.
Come on, Timmy. It's time to get up. Jimmy. Bill!
What is it?
Come here. Bill, he's gone.
Must have gone in the night.
What a light.
Oh, no, don't you worry. We'll find him. I'll go and phone the police. Where is she?
Upstairs. Ruby's with her. Any news?
Nah, not a thing. You know, George, I'm worried. I'm really worried.
He'll turn up.
Oh, it's not that that's worrying me. It's the future. Don't you think a kid would have to be pretty unhappy to run away like that?
Oh, I don't know. You can never tell with kids.
I'm beginning to think that judge was right when he said the boy might be better off with the Normans.
You can't say that. Lily's his mother.
Is she, though?
Well, of course she is.
Oh, I know her name's on the birth certificate. But if you ask me, she's just about as much his mother as I am.
But you wanted Lily to have him back, didn't you?
Of course I did. I'd want Lil to have anything she asked for. I'd spoil her the same way she'd spoil Jimmy. That's about the bottom of it. It's a queer thing. If I really love Lil as much as I ought to, I should never have let her have that boy back. I should have looked ahead and realized that it just wouldn't work out. Same goes for her, too. If she really loved Jimmy, she'd let him go back to the Normans.
Well, I can't argue with you. I just don't know what you're talking about.
How is she?
Oh, she's asleep. I'll give her a couple of those tablets.
Oh, thanks for coming round, Ruth. You're a pal.
Ah, don't be so daft. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Nothing will keep me away if there's a chance of a good gossip. Isn't that right, George?
Eh?
Isn't that right?
Oh, yes, yes.
Will she be all right now?
Oh, yes. She was all for getting up and looking for him. So in the end, I locked the wardrobe door and I said, all right, go if you like. But if you do, you'll go in the road.
How about the Normans? Is she still blaming them?
Well, I guess she thinks that they kidnapped him all right. She may be right, too.
Oh, no, they're not that sort.
Don't you believe it. People do very funny things where kids are concerned. Women are funny creatures, you know.
You're telling me. Oh, you know what I mean, dear.
No, I don't.
I was afraid of that. Look.
What was that? Shh. Robert, be careful. Jimmy! Jimmy!
Hello? Yes? Yes? I found him. He's quite safe. Well, where was he? Well, how did he get down there?
I can't send him back.
I'm afraid you can't do anything else.
But it's cruel. He wouldn't have run away if he'd been happy.
I'll talk to him.
What are you going to say?
He must go back right away.
Today?
Yes.
Oh, Robert, not today.
Well, the longer he stays here, the worse it'll be. If we get him back there right away, he'll accept it.
But...
It's the best way, darling. Really.
All right. Let me tell him.
I'll go and get the car. Where's Lassie?
He doesn't want to take her.
Why not, Jimmy?
She doesn't want to come. She's happier here.
Are you sure she wouldn't rather be with you?
Yes.
All right.
won't work out, will it?
I don't know.
I do. He's been like that ever since he came back. It can't go on like this.
Perhaps it won't.
How about some tea, Lil?
Have you got the letter, dear? You give it to your mummy without a word. You understand?
I understand. It's to be a surprise.
That's right. And Jimmy, you won't forget us, will you?
I couldn't, Lily. I'll write to you every week.
That's a good boy. I'll say goodbye to Bill.
Bye, Bill.
So long, Jim.
Off with you now.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jimmy. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear William. Happy birthday to you. Hey, he's got nice manners, hasn't he, Lil?
Of course he has. Just like his father.
Oh, yeah. You see what I mean, Bill?